Gonna be Team 1 together with Seabark over on that balance druid. Chill Pills charging on first versus DG Flex. Not gonna give this man much opportunity to recover. Immediate unholy action out of the Death Knight, summoning up an entire Abomination army. The big old A-bomb in, the army joins in, they all get trapped up in a second tar from the tar trap, and it's gonna be DJ Flex just bailing out of there, just trying to avoid this as best as he can, unless the army starts running down ramp. He should be able to, for the most part, avoid it. Ends up actually inadvertently run to the army, his main pet getting blasted out by those Mage's Frostbolts, able to avoid at least the A-bomb and a majority of the army, so limiting the amount of damage those things can do. Stun around the corner, blind, but Chill's gonna be a trinket for DJ Flex. Maybe there's a stun available for Chilled, does end up trying to leap away, but it's gonna be a big old grip back up for Chilled. Get himself plenty of range damage. Also, Gargoyle joins in, so the Garg is gonna get quite a bit of damage towards either DJ Flex or the pet. Try to see if they can establish maybe a little bit better of a position, making sure that they got himself always that angle, doing quite a bit of damage to DJ Flex. Eventually should try to see if he can find himself even more cover. That is at the pet for sure. Big damage. Oh, I'm not even sure if that was Chill Pills damage at the end. I think that might have been one of those things where Battle Mass Chicken fell off at the same time. Scarlet gonna be up next. Big Ray of Frost for Chill Pills as they got himself a bit of an AMS. Trying to see if they can potentially slow them down and stun lock them and bury them in a tomb of ice. But Chill Pills trying to see if he can avoid the magic damage with an anti-magic shield. Taking a bit of damage from the Ring of Fire. That is going to do percentage damage. Mad Spike on the Chill Pills. Big Lances to follow. Trinket for Scarlet. Try to see if he can finish the duel right here. Nova Chill Pills. Got plenty of Frostbolts, Flurries as well. Got himself a Death Pack just to give himself a little bit more of a health buffer. And an Icebug comes out for Scarlet, trying not to give Chill Pills any opportunity to recover, knocking it back, realize that he does need to get a play going. That's going to be a blink onto that grip. Well done, as a grip trying to see if he can displace him. Blink does let him separate and reposition. Gonna be the big Snowdrift, should be able to stun the main pet. Now, the big pet that's next to him, not gonna be a Snowdrift, that's gonna force a AMS out of Chill Pills too. So for Scarlet, forcing out AMS might not be the worst idea. I think that's an all the time too, right? All the time, keeping him safe, keeping him healthy. Gonna be a frozen orb right next to him with a breath on the Chill Pills. Got an ice over the pets are surrounding him. Glitch Spike up next. This is gonna get stunned down. Scarlet trying to see if he can find himself a better angle. Definitely needs to go for a glacial whenever they get a chance. Another Spike up and running. Is it gonna be enough though? Lots of damage. Ooh, but look at Chill Pills does end up doing some clawing shadows from around the corner, together with the main pet just clawing at the mage, eventually taking him down. Chill Pills does get the opportunity to get at least one quick little death strike after Chicago, giving himself as much of an auto duel as humanly possible. That's going to be Chill Pills trying to keep the pressure rolling over Chicago as best as he can. A-Bomb joins in. Massive ascendance for Chicago. Could potentially be the end of Chill Pills. Oh, it does end up coalescing this whole array of elemental damage all at once. Able to counter the Death Knight. With that box going to be up next as a Destruction Warlock. Got himself a Succubus over on the side versus Chicago. Could potentially use Succubus to CC Chicago. Does end up doing exactly that with the Soulfire to follow. Trying to see if he can play the Soulfire build. That Soulfire does a lot of damage. Gonna be the grounded shot, which is helping him a ton. I guess these portals, but looks like the portals do reposition over Chicago. Lots of damage being taken off of that fear. Does Diabolics have enough damage here? Gonna be even more portals blasting at Chicago. More shadow damage just continues to hit him over and over and over and over. As Diabolical's got himself full Infernal Shadow Fury. Oh! And a Shadow Burn around the corner, just collapsing everything at once. Shadowhound is exactly where he wants to be able to start off, not with a stun, but just I guess ramping up some damage. Stun to fall onto Diabolics as he got himself a bit of the Dark Pack. Succubus CC onto Shadowhound. Does not want to burn a trinket for this one, but does end up getting a freezer trap onto the Diabolics off of that stun though, so I guess it does end up helping him counter that Succubus you see for just a moment. Mortal Call to follow, Fear right after, Diabolics loading up a big old Soulfire, could be really deadly, shut out and no help whatsoever, who cares about to follow. Oh my god, that Soul Burn, if that thing can land a fatty crit, you are golden. Got himself a nice freezing trap. I'm surprised the freezing trap landed not on the Succubus, but on the Warlock, summoning up portals with an immolation, and it's just over. 57% dampening. TM Demoniac just trying to see if he can charge right in versus Diabolics immediately, trying not to give him much of a play here. Cheap shot to follow right after as Diabolics got himself the full wall at the ready. So for Diabolics, if he can maybe get himself a little bit of a setup versus Rogue, Vanish to follow, can't really do much about him. Wants a Mortal Call him as best as he can. Trinket to follow right after. Does Diabolics have any much survivability whatsoever? Oh! And the Rogue trying to see if he can deny him any kind of victory. Seavark does end up keeping the dots on the Demoniac though, gonna be the quick shadow step. Got himself a bit of that Thorns. The Demoniac should be extra careful. Get a shot at the Seavark, trying to go for a disarm, but definitely needs to be running away from him. I think trying to see if he can juke him out, but that's a range class. I don't know how well it's gonna work out. Oh, gee, death afterwards. Oh my goodness, that was actually a quick game, huh? We got ourselves team 1 together with Chill Pills at the ready on our Frosty DK. We got Diabolicals coming back in as the Demonology Warp. Destruction this time, actually. Dropping the Demonology moniker for a second. Ultra Ego, Monfell, as well as Short and Deadly. It looks like Diabolics is going to be first up as a Destruction versus Frosty. Up next, starting off kind of like right next to Diabolics, hit him with a Fire Breath immediately. Trying to see if he can position the Mage a little bit, but the Mage is going to go for a Blink. Does the Mage have enough damage here? At least maybe able to control the pets. Could go for a Nova, trying to go for a Flurry. The Succubus CC is going to pin him in place for just a second, and Diabolic's trying to see if he can find himself a bit of an escape. Not really trying to find an angle to fight Frosty. Instead, he's actually just trying to avoid him completely. Maybe can make his little play. Try to see if he can remove the Reflect off of Diabolic's. Is going to be able to interrupt him either way, though. That is a portal opening up. Going to start chipping away at the Mage little by little. Try to see if he can reposition him back up on top of the platform. Maybe the Succubus can give him a little bit of cover. Does give him a little bit extra CC as yet another Cannibal getting loaded up. Diabolic's does burn a wall for this one. Trying to see if he can maximize the damage. Scratch Spike up next. Gonna do a little bit of damage, but Diabolic's that shield just doesn't let it even penetrate and hit his health bar, as the shield together with wall does not give it a lot of that strength. This really takes a lot of the effort out of it. Logue's gonna be up. Logues? I'm gonna call it Logues, like Rogues, but with an L. Is gonna be up next with the Succubus CC by Diabolic's, opening up more gaze towards the Hunter. Try to see if you can just kite him out. The Hunter that got quite a bit of damage, though, is going to be jumping on the other side of the pillow, looking for a little bit of quick man advantage, as Diabolic's is going to drain some life from that pet. Potentially could use a Succubus in order to CC a Logues on his approach. Potentially could be a good time to do it now as he goes in for a Harpoon. Into an Infernal, lopping down. Mad damage on the Logues, does go for an explosive shot towards Diabolic's. It's going to be Cannibal loaded in. Big damage onto the Hunter. Trying to see if he can counteract the Warlock with damage of his own, but no! Diabolic's with so much output. This guy's going to love the Destro Warlock buffs. Does Diabolic's have anything here? Got himself a port, looking for mobility. Just got himself so much distance covered away from Viscera. It's gonna go for a port, literally running this guy's circles around the entire arena. Look at the mobility. Big disintegrate though. May just have him here. Got himself a Mortal Coil for a little bit of healing, but Viscera got himself the proc and returned to surge outside of the disintegrate. Gonna be Viscera trying to see if he can find himself a bit of a better angle versus Monfell. As Monfell looking to close the gap, if he can at all, stun onto Viscera, trying to go for a big hunt, maybe potential big damage. Does himself a big blade dance to follow off of that. Oh, I think he just kind of missed that blade dance the last second off of that essence break. Return to surge up from Viscera, meta motions for Monfell, but that beam is going to slow you down quite a bit though. Does have a demonic soul that he can slay in order to recover a little bit of health, which is exactly what he does. As Viscera looking to recover behind a pillar. Mad damage out of the Demon Hunter though. What was that? Oh my god, that was just intense. Why did I hit so hard? What was that burst? Sunbolt onto Monfell. Gonna be big damage out of Warrior Brain. Does get to lock him down. Gonna be a Monfell just going for that pure immunity. Needs himself I-Beam if he can maybe activate it in order to slay the demon to get more value out of the heal. Does get the heal either way. Picking up Demonic Soul. Darkness down to maybe give him a little bit of survivability. Warrior Brain back it up out of there completely. Does Monfell have a proper stun? Does have an AoE stun versus Warrior Brain. Just starting to follow as he does go in for yet another stun. Hunter follows. Is it gonna be another blade dance right after? Oh, but Warrior Brain does end up taking him out. Just have to stay stalwart against the demonic oppression. Just had to be as careful as he could there. He may still be down. It may not be running second win, but it's going to be speared down for Short and Deadly. Looking to end the duel right then and there. Not giving him much of a chance to escape. And it's going to come down to just Chicago to see if they can hold it for Team 2, man. Can they hold the fort? Can they bring it back for his team? Taking down Short and Deadly as well as Ultra Ego and Chill Pills. Charge in over Chicago. Got himself a little bit more damage here. Gonna be a banner down as well, so it's gonna be really difficult to lock him down unless Chicago wants to take down the banner. My goodness, Short and Deadly living up to his name, man. Especially emphasis on the deadly part. 38% dampener against all those mortal strikes. I don't know if he can really do it. Defensive stance up for Short and Deadly. Trying to make sure they're A-okay. He hit with an Ellie Blast, but it should be mostly okay. I keep switching to the wrong guy. I'm so sorry, chat. Gonna be at such a guidance, but I don't know if it's gonna be able to do much for you. Yeah. That is rough, man. That is rough. Destro Warlock came in with Diabolic's absolute ticking about. Short and Deadly is also dominating, man. The Gnomes, their time is nigh. Oh my goodness. The Gnomes are absolutely just popping off this evening.